Hi, my name is Rada, and I'm going to be teaching you guys how to bake Mille Feuille today.
Welcome to Butter It Up. It's baking time with Rada Suresh. Every treat is divine. Cakes, cookies, pies, and more sweet creations that you will adore. So grab your whisk, let's stir it up. On Butter It Up, we'll butter you up.
For our first step, we want to use 1 teaspoon of vanilla bean paste. So we're going to do that. Put that in. It smells really good. And then you want to use 2 cups of whole milk. And once you pour it, you want to whisk it up just a little bit to mix the vanilla bean paste with the milk. Once that's done, you want to put it on heat and let it stay on heat until it boils. And once it boils, you want to take it off the stove as fast as you can. All right, next you want to add 135 grams of sugar, granulated sugar, into a separate bowl. And you want to add a 1/4 cup of cornstarch. And you want to that a bit. Mix that a bit as well. All right, your next step is to get 6 egg yolks. So we're gonna get those now. Basically, just gonna let the egg whites get on this plate, then put the egg yolks in a bowl. This one. It's the milk starting to boil. So we're gonna have to turn that off soon. Two yolks. Alright, let the milk is boiling, and we'll turn it off. Get off the stove and let it get off of heat for a little bit while I take out the 6 yolks. Next, you want to add 6 egg yolks to your sugar and cornstarch. And once you do that, you want to whisk this until it turns into a yellow paste. I'll show you what the finished product looks like. All right, now that I'm done whisking, this is what the mixture looks like. It's yellow paste I was talking about. Anyways, once this is ready and your milk has cooled down a bit, you want to slowly temper this mixture by adding the milk to this while whisking it. And then you just kind of want to keep doing that until you run out of all of the milk in this pot. Once you completely add all of the milk with your egg yolk, sugar, and cornstarch mix, you want to strain it back into the same pot that you used while heating your vanilla bean paste and your milk. All right, and once it is strained, you want to put it back on heat, and you just want to keep whisking it until it turns into a thicker paste, like a cream almost. And I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Now that it's strained, we can put it back on heat and whisk it until it turns into like a thicker cream. I'll show you what the cream looks like once I'm done. All right, now that I took it off the heat, you can see this is what it should look like now after it's thickened. And then you want to add 1 tablespoon of unsalted butter and just mix it in until that's completely melted. Now that the butter is completely melted into our cream, we want to pour it into a separate pot, which I'm doing right now. You want to try to get as much of that cream out of your pot as possible. Once you transfer the pastry cream to the pot, you want to use plastic wrap and make it so it is touching your pastry cream and let it chill in the fridge for an hour. All right, now that we have our pastry cream in the fridge, we now are gonna bring out the puff pastry. So I let it thaw for 45 minutes, and after that, I just rolled it out onto a lightly flour dusted surface. And what I'm gonna do next is cut this into rectangles of my own size choosing. I think I'm gonna do 2 inches by 4 inches because that's my preferable size, but you could really pick whatever size you want based on how big you want your mille-feuille to be. All right, now that I have my puff pastry cut into rectangles, we're going to put it on a baking sheet and put some parchment paper first and just put the rectangles onto there. Now that I have my rectangles spaced out, I'm going to put another piece of parchment paper on top of it. And then just for weight, use another baking sheet on top. And my oven is preheating right now, but once it gets to 400, I'm gonna put it in there for about 10 minutes. All right, so as you can see, our first batch of the puff pastry has been baked. The second batch is in right now. I'm gonna just switch that halfway out soon. But anyways, we're gonna make our icing. So you first need 3 cups of sugar, which is a lot. I'm not going super, I'm just gonna try to estimate around 3. Just a tad bit more. Once we do 3 cups, we're going to do 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. If I can open this real quick. Okay. 2 teaspoons of extract. That's 1. That's 2. And then I'm also going to add just a little bit of milk. And then once I do that, I am just going to stir this. I know it looks really chunky, but you just gotta keep stirring. Add more milk if you need it. And yeah, I'll let you know what it looks like when it's ready. All right, I'm officially done mixing up our icing, and it looks like this. Very nice, silky smooth. And then I'm going to transfer, not all of it, just some of it. I'll show you how much. Like about, yeah, like just about that much onto a, let's spill it a little bit, onto a separate pan. All right, now that we have some of it in a separate bowl, we are going to use just about 1/4 cup of cocoa powder. And then we are going to mix it until it turns into like same consistency as this, just a chocolate version. And since you're adding cocoa powder, you might have to add a little bit more milk to give it that same consistency as your first icing. All right, so now that we have both of our icings ready and our puff pastry is cooled down, we are going to start by icing. I'm going to start with one aluminum foil sheet at a time. I'm going to ice all of these, and then I'm going to chocolate drizzle. I'll see you guys back after I'm done icing all of these with the vanilla icing. All right, now that I put the chocolate in the piping bag and I just iced these 4 ones, I'm gonna do a chocolate drizzle and we're just gonna go for it. So you just go like that. I wanna try to make it as even as possible, but this is really more for beauty, not for taste. So if you mess up a little bit, it'll be okay. And then once you do that, you want to get like a knife, like this, and then you want to just go back and forth. So like that. Just gonna do 3 on each. But this pattern really is easy to make. It's just, it looks hard to make, but it is easy to make. That's what I was trying to say. That's it. So now that we have frosted all of the top puff pastry pieces, we're gonna set this aside and let it harden for a little bit. And now we're gonna get to our pastry cream. We're about to make whipped cream, mix it together, and make an even better cream that's supposed to taste delicious. All right, so our pastry cream is ready, and our pastry cream is let out. We're gonna let it soften for a bit. And then, so to make our whipped cream, we're gonna add 3/4 a cup of heavy whipping cream. Look how nice thick that is. And after that, we're gonna add 4½ tablespoons of powdered sugar. 1, 2, 3, 4, and half is just gonna be like that much. All right, so I have my electric hand mixer, and we are going to beat it until it turns into whipped cream. I'll show you how that looks like in the end. All right, so I'm done whipping the heavy whipping cream, and this is the whipped cream at the end. So that looks wonderful. Basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add this to that pot and mix it together until they both combine into one cream. All right, so I'm gonna put it in. Now that I spin them, I'm just gonna use the whisk. I just detached it off the handle and just mix it up until they combine together. All right, I just finished mixing it in completely, and it looks absolutely so creamy and delicious, and this just looks amazing. So I'm gonna get a piping bag, and I'm gonna show you how to pipe it onto the puff pastry so you can stack it, make your mille feuille. Now that I got my pastry cream in a piping bag with the tip, I'm going to just do little drops of each of them, like that. But anyways, you just want to make these drops. I did 8 of them for this one because it's the size of the 2x4 Mille Feuille inches. And then I'll take another one, just place it like that, and do it again. And then I have the iced ones in the back, and I'm gonna put those on top at last. I'm gonna do it for the rest of them, and I'll see you after all of them are complete. Okay, this is the final Mille Feuille. I think it looks amazing. Look at that design on the top and the cream, and we're gonna have some people taste test it and see what they think about it. All right, so I'm gonna have you taste test this and rank it from a scale from 1 to 10 on how it looks, and rank it from 1 to 10 on how it tastes.
Okay, hi, I'm Rob's little sister, Nathila, and I think it looks like a 9 out of 10, and I think it tastes... Gosh, it's hard. It's really good.
Okay, I'm gonna have you guys taste test this from 1 to 10 on how it looks and how it tastes.
It's really good.
Yeah, you can try it.
This is really good.
This is really good. This meat filling is really good.
Yeah, and like the sugar coating on top, that's so nice. It's like 13 out of 10. Really good.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Based off looks, if this was like not broken, I would say 10 out of 10. Love the intricate detail. And now I have to eat it.
Like, so this semester, all the high categories we know very, very well. You should.
You know, I would give this a 10 out of 10. It's really good. It's a little sweet, and I love it.
Based off looks, solid 9.
5 out of 10.
Very good. 10 out of 10.
We're trying the
Mille Feuille.
Mille Feuille.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Go. Show it off. They're really good.
What's the number?
10 out of 10.
Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more buttery content. Welcome to Butter It Up. It's baking time with Rada Suresh. Every treat is divine. Cakes, cookies, pies, and more sweet creations that you will adore. So grab your whisk, let's stir it up. On Butter It Up, we'll butter you up.